You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
It's 5 o'clock and I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act. Anyone with information about the murder is urged to get in touch via the department's confidential tip hotline. It's horrible, Poe.
Indeed it is.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut. Exactly. Rewind.
You're listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
It's 5 o'clock and I'm Alice Monroe with your August update. August police are appealing for information following the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw's body was discovered last night. Chief DuPont is calling the crime a violent and despicable act. Anyone with information about the murder is urged to get in touch via the department's confidential tip hotline. It's horrible, Poe.
Indeed it is.
You need to learn when to keep your mouth shut. You know why you're here, don't you? Then humor me, the dead girl. And this. What exactly were you thinking? You have one job. Don't get caught. Do you think you can do that this time? It's a rhetorical question. You're going to a town called August. Find Chief DuPont. He's gonna think you're someone else. This person. This is who you are now. Understood? Splendid. If someone so much as sniffs that you're different, you'll be deprecated. Deprecated. We expect you to use your ability. Just don't get caught. And never, ever change into a child.
In brighter news, August resident Mia French is celebrating the return of her missing pooch, Barley. The 8-month-old Basset Hound puppy was found outside Daryl's Chicken and Ribs.
And that's 5 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
I'm Violet. Welcome to the guest house. There are some rules. In particular, no shoes in the guest house. The carpets are priceless. Now, how long are you staying for? Yes, the chief said it may be a while. I can see you don't mind getting your hands dirty, though. There's not been many visitors of late. Perhaps the murder will bring some tourists in. It's just you and some tarot readers at the moment. It's deathly quiet. Yes, the murder. You haven't spoken to the chief yet, have you? Chief DuPont. He's the one who booked the room for you. You look lost. You should probably go and speak to the chief. Your room is just down the hall, last on the left. It has its own back door. The chief said that's the way you'd like it.
Just finishing. You don't believe? That's okay. Sometimes life is just a stream of coincidences. Hi, I'm Bronwyn. Pleased to meet you, Sam. If you'd like a reading. So, what's your question, Sam? The Fool. I'm going to see a lot more of you, aren't I, Sam? Well, enjoy the journey. But remember, not everything is winnable. I'm in room 1 and that's down the hall. Lorraine's in 2, Lexi's in 3. And which room are you in, Sam? Good. We're neighbours. Just knock if you need me.
Art. Most people do anyway. A hollow home for the whispers to rest in. Every restful night, he tainted all of it. There was nothing left. And now it was just a waiting game.
Good, you got my message. Chief Inspector DuPont. I wasn't sure you'd come, but I suppose you're between jobs? Well, we both know that's not true. But I like it. Sam. That's your cover now. So, the job. Dorota Shaw. 21, accomplished cellist, redhead. Strangled. I know who did it, but I need proof. It's the tarot readers. Yes. Keep up, Sam. That's the girl who was murdered. Because they predicted it. The older one, Bronwyn, she came into my office last night talking all crazy and saying Dorota was in trouble. I did my best not to lock her up. It all sounded crazy to me. Tarot, the spirit world, cards that move, trans-dimensional thingamajigs. To be honest, I thought she'd probably been smoking something, and that's why I didn't take it seriously. Because things, I don't have enough on her, that's where you come in. The free guest house stay isn't free. I need you to work the case and report back to me. Find out things from the inside. Can you do it? Oh, okay. Well, that's that then. I thought you'd want a shot at redemption, but I guess you're turning yourself in. It's what you want, isn't it, Sam? To stop running? To give up? Didn't think so. I'll be telling everyone that you've been hired by the Shaws because obviously local law enforcement is either too incompetent or too overworked to solve anything. That gives you a license to talk to people, but only notionally. Don't actually touch people or annoy them. You don't have any real authority, understand? But you help me out, I'll help you. Do I have to spell it out? I'll make your problem go away. Or at least sink it to the bottom of a pile of paperwork. Your old town? The problem? Come and find me when you're settled. This is Second Chance Sunday for you, Sam. Don't blow it. Do I have an alibi for last night? Do I? Okay. I was here, and there are video monitors that will prove it. Thanks for ruling me out, genius. What do you want to know? She was a cellist, selected for a scholarship at Juilliard. It was in the local paper. I'm more of a Bon Jovi fan myself. Don't read the paper, do you? Yesterday, Monday the 9th at approximately 9 p.m, according to the coroner, we got a call from the mother just after 10 p.m. Born here, runs the local guest house. Lovely lady. Where are you going with this, Sam? What's she told you? She told you she's taking pills, didn't she? Let me handle Violet. She didn't kill anyone. In her bedroom, she was naked, strangled. No signs of sexual activity of any kind. It was a weird scene to look at. There was one thing, but it's strictly between you and me. Dorota had a gold coin in her mouth. I'm being serious now, Sam. Not a word of this. It's the one thing only the killer would know. Not much. Perhaps you should do some investigating?
Hi, Sam, is it? Come on in, make yourself at home. Mi casa es su casa. Come on. The cards told us to. Well, the cards in rain. Tarot gives us a rough direction and he narrows it down with some astrological jiggery-pokery. He's basically a walking esoteric library. And if that sounds dull, let me reassure you, it is. No? Well, yeah. Well, no. We have a job to do. I didn't say job. I said job. Okay. We make a cheese obelisk, a chob, and depending on the shape of that chob, we get different answers to questions. No, you don't. I was in my room all night with Bronwyn. We were painting our nails. No, I mean, yeah, I've already cleaned it off. I don't know anyone in this town, except for Bronwyn and Rain, obviously, and Violet, and the Chief, and now you. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. Good old-fashioned fortune-telling. Well, kind of. We drew a card each and smushed them all together. Do you know what the most dangerous tarot card is? Everybody thinks that. It's such a cliche. The death card doesn't even mean death. Most of the time. The Five of Swords. I think so anyway. There's nothing more dangerous than someone taking whatever they want no matter the cost. Yeah, I did. Rain got the Knight of Wands, that's Dorota, and Bronwyn got the Ten of Swords, which is, well, you know, swords in general are bad. She's like my big sister, so pretty well. No.
You must be a new guest. Or you're burglaring us. I'm Rain, by the way. I heard you say earlier your name's Sam. You don't look like a Sam. I was in my room. Praying, actually. I don't believe in God, but I was still praying. It didn't work. My prayer, that the girl would be safe. I didn't know her. I know she was called Dorota Shaw. She was young, had red hair, a talented musician. Next victim? Whoa! Hold on a sec, we don't even know if there's going to be a next victim or not. We'll do another group reading soon, and then we'll have a better idea. We did a reading. A group reading, actually. With a special tarot deck. You get it piecemeal. Not everything in one reading. The last one we did showed a young woman being murdered. Young, talented, probably red-headed. Mercury? It's not exactly from here. With a normal tarot deck, you'd have the question, so you'd be the querent. With Mercury, it gives you the question and the answer. The cards themselves kind of change. It's a special deck. I don't have it at the moment. Bronwyn has it.
Sam, is it? I'm sensing you're not here for a reading. Mercury? Sure. I'll just get it. It feels a bit sacrilegious just spreading it out to show you. It doesn't really answer questions, it more asks them. Do you want it to ask you a question, Sam? It wants to know if you're happy being the person you are now. Mercury agrees with you. It's nice that you're being honest with me and with yourself. In my room reading, I found a trashy romance novel under the bed. I'm assuming it's Violet's. It's all swooning heroines and brooding vampire Casanovas. Thank God Lexi saved me. She came to my room to chat for a little while. That was around 9, I think. You can ask her. I said the book was trashy. Look at this place. If her guest house is anything to go by, Violet's the opposite of trashy. Chief Dupont thinks I did it. I'm hoping you'll convince him otherwise. All I'm asking is that you dig a little deeper than the Chief. I had nothing to do with Dorota's death. We saw danger in the cards and we tried to stop it. Trust me, Sam, we're on the same team. We saw it in the cards, not images, feelings, impressions. Tarot can be very powerful. Not these cards. They only tell us what they want us to know.
Along with the bones of 17 children.
Oh.
It was discovered just over a decade ago.
I assume you've been to see Chief Dupont already? Not really. I'm sure she was a precious lamb, though. Yes, a lamb. Young. Innocent. Lambs get slaughtered, though, don't they? Nice, yes, that's a good description. Actually, I thought she was a bit slutty, to be honest. Sorry. I'm gossiping. I don't want to talk ill of the dead. Ask her boyfriend. Oscar lives at the vicarage next to the church. Don't tell him I sent you, though. I'm sure he's sick of seeing people already. It's the strangest thing. I honestly don't remember. But I imagine I was here or getting groceries somewhere. I've driven by it, never actually been in it. I take clozapine. I think they're for anxiety. I'm a very anxious person. I don't know, Dr. Sam, you tell me. They're tarot readers. I'm thinking of asking them to leave, actually. Because they may have killed someone. It's not great for my reputation, is it? Stay at Violet's, the home of killers and hobos. I'm sorry, it's a derogatory word, isn't it? But strange people seem to gravitate towards this guest house, Sam. I think I'll get the sign changed.
Just for teleportation. Allegedly, you could look in the mirror. You're there.
Should we try it now?
No, I've tried it. It doesn't work for me.
Oh. Somewhere else. And...
No, she hasn't.
We're only joking.
She's still
here.
Yeah, she's still here. I can't do this show without her.
Find somewhere safe to transition. You're not a superhero.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Where she came from. I was driving along, playing with...
Bron, are you okay?
I'm not okay.
Well, if you're worried, I should be worried. Why are you worried? Should I be worried?
Are you worried?
Only if you are. This could go on in circles for a while. Let's just keep cool and stay in our rooms.
We skidded to a full stop. I thought my heart would burst from my chest. It was pounding so.
Bron, something doesn't feel right. I don't know what exactly, but it's not right.
Thoughts on Dorota?
Well, it's hard to say with just one victim. Musical talent, red hair. If there's another, there will be a pattern. Do you think it's another right?
A right?
As in the same thing we were chasing after in Birmingham? I suppose it doesn't really matter. Just have to try and stop it.
Stop it? Birmingham?
The Traveller? Dead girls? Ring any bells?
Traveller?
Bron, you're acting weird. Are you still you?
Of course.
Stop freaking me out. It's not cool in this current climate.
A body. There was definitely a body. Run.
Is there something I can help with, Miss Castle?
I hope we're not being too much trouble.
It's very brave of you to tell the chief that Dorota would be murdered and then stick around afterwards. I'd have run for sure.
You strike me as someone braver than that.
I'm brave, but I'm not stupid.
Ring ding sounded to remind me that the keys were still in the ignition. Wanted to say I was breathing, but in all honesty, I think I was holding my breath, afraid to get a whiff.
Miss Castle, I'm surprised to see you here.
I didn't kill Dorota.
You're a prime suspect, and your alibi is that you were in the guest house with another prime suspect at the time it Doesn't look good for you.
Have you got a problem with me?
Everyone has a problem with you, Bronwyn. I can arrest you for something right now. How does perverting the course of justice sound?
Kinky.
Oh, you are pushing me today, young lady.
My voice cracked and I cleared my throat, trying to retain the masculine depth that was currently hiding behind the remnants of puberty as fear swelled.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
With her back flat on the road, face staring up into the sky. I saw her chest rise and fall.
What's going on, Violet? Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm okay. No.
What's the matter?
The new detective's acting strange. I think I might be the killer. The new detective's acting...
That's to be expected. I told Sam to do whatever it takes to get the job done. Maybe strange is one of those things. Off you go. I'm being subtle. I don't want to see you back here, okay? You got anything to report, give me a call. Any problems, talk to Danny. Danny, remember?
Danny?
We just talked about this. I said I'd post somebody this morning, and I did. Then I told you it was Danny. Take the pills, Violet. Take the pills.
I hit a woman. It was dark. I didn't see her. I came around the curve and she was just there and I hit her and she's twisted weird and my calm was unraveling. Sir, calm down. I could hear her.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn. I'm Bronwyn.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm Lexi.
I stopped and blinked a few times as I sat up in my bed. Phone.
What's up, Lexi? I'm sensing something's on your mind.
I'm worried about our ally.
Don't worry about that. We don't have anything to hide. You're just fine.
Do you think Sam suspects?
Maybe, but it'll be difficult to prove.
I was in such a rush that I let down the last 3 stairs and nearly killed myself as I jumped over the fence.
Something's weird, isn't it? Everyone seems strange today.
How are you?
Do you think Bronwyn might get falsely imprisoned? It happens all the time.
Are you looking to take over?
No. I'm just worried.
Lights reflecting through my kitchen window. This should be a fun thing.
Hello, Lexi. What can I do for you?
Please don't ask us to leave. The police want alibis from everyone for last night.
Well, I don't have one. I literally can't remember what I was doing.
Please don't ask us to leave.
Have you been speaking to Sam? You're safe for the minute.
That sounds ominous.
If one of your crew did murder Dorota, you can't really stay here, can you?
Do you understand? Your daughter's been in a fatal accident. I'm so sorry.
What is it, Miss Taylor?
Why did you hire Sam? Who would want to kill Dorota? Dorota's boyfriend seems sweet. Dorota's family. Dorota's boyfriend.
Have you met him?
Yes.
Miss Taylor, is that a contradiction? It's not what you said in your written statement.
Sorry, I meant no.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Why did you hire... Who would want... Why did you hire...
I didn't hire Sam, the Shaw family did.
No, they didn't. Why did you hire...
Tarot cards tell you that. Listen, Sam gets results. Nobody knows how, but the results are got. I want the killer found as quickly as possible. You got a problem with that?
Who would want to kill Dorota?
You doing your own investigation? Great! Let me know when you find out.
Bronwyn thinks you've got it in for her.
I go after bad guys. If she's a bad guy, then I've got it in for her.
Why weren't the police protecting Dorota? What were you doing Monday night?
In hindsight, that does look like a good idea, doesn't it? We didn't believe you. We still don't.
Are Dorota's families...
Why? What are you going to do?
Nothing, just checking.
Is that a threat? If anything happens to the Shaw family, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Leave. Now.
Honest, you are quite right that the situation is related to painful emotions from the past. Now, the photo album...
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain. Okay.
What I'm taking from this, Robin, I think you're finding it hard to break away from... And you feel overwhelmed by the emotions caused by it. And if I'm honest...
Have you met the new detective yet? We're basically under 24-hour surveillance now.
Do you think Sam's onto us?
Onto what exactly?
The real reason we're here. What we did. Like, the real reason we...
Sam's not a mind reader. At least I don't think so. Just try not to let anything slip.
I think Robin can take heart and can understand what's going on.
Rain, I'm so worried about Bronwyn. What are we going to do?
Why are you worried about...
The chief thinks she killed Dorota.
Maybe she did kill Dorota.
That's not even funny, Rain. Bronwyn's the least murdery person we know. Okay, let's say she did do it. What possible reason could she have for killing Dorota?
Psychopathic tendencies? Crime of passion?
Maybe. Maybe Bronwyn and Dorota were secretly lovers, and Bronwyn found out that Dorota was seeing someone else and killed her in a jealous fit of rage. Or maybe that's just another one of your twisted late-night fantasies, in which case, leave me out of it.
It was possible, but it just floated in the middle of the empty room, eerily silent. The vacant penthouse.
Rain, I'm busy. You gonna turn yourself in?
Yeah.
You don't want to see me when I'm angry. A woman is dead. Go play card games somewhere else or whatever the hell it is you do.
Gave the impression of a fish tank, with twilight blue through the long windows and the bag lady floating, as if suspended in currents of...
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
but again, becoming cloth. Bedraggled hair with seaweed, then...
Hello, Violet. Is everything okay? Ignore the mess. I was just going to tidy it up.
Did you have a pleasant...
Great, thanks. The room's really lovely.
But you weren't in this room, were you? But you weren't in this room, were you? I didn't see you around yesterday evening.
Oh no, was I sleepwalking again? I haven't done that since... for ages. I didn't come into your room, did I?
No, yes.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why I do that. It only seems to happen when there's a lot of bad energy floating around. Bronwyn says I just stand there and stare. I didn't catch you, not sleeping, did I?
Mud. Limbs slowed with each straining step.
Mrs. Gallagher, An unexpected pleasure.
How long are you planning?
In town? I really don't know. Until the tarot tells us to leave. Or you kick us out, obviously.
How did you know Dorota was going? Why do you think the police suspect?
Now that's a very good question. Logically speaking, you'd assume all three of us were in on it. Or none of us.
The vision vanished, and an alternative.
You don't trust me, do you, Violet? Is it because I read tarot? Why don't you let me pull a card for you?
No.
Great. What do you want to know about?
The murder. My love life.
Ah. The moon. A card of illusion and deception. It shines, but really it's just a dusty old rock. Seems there's more to our detective friend than meets the eye.
Did you sleep?
Yes, thank you.
I didn't see.
I stayed in my room. You can ask Lexi. That reminds me, I think I found a book of yours. It's called He Came Through the Shadows.
What makes...
Your name's written on the inside cover.
Named Bethany. Bethany had lived a life of addiction, survived on a steadily dwindling income from prostitution as age drug.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
The disguise was decomposed. Not decomposing flesh, but decomposing.
Who knows whether you've made the right decision or not, Claude?
How's Bronwyn been? What were you doing last night?
Claude, we've been through this. I honestly don't remember. I checked my diary and there's no entry, so I was probably here, as always.
How can you not?
I don't know. Which is exactly what I said in my statement. Don't try and get me to contradict myself.
How's Bronwyn?
Overly nice. She's covering her tracks well if she has anything to hide.
What was it I asked?
You just told me to report back to you if I noticed anything suspicious. Good grief, Claude. You're a bit young to be losing your marbles already.
And then up further until it was crawling inside my brain.
Good evening, Chief DuPont.
Dorota's family. What does the tarot say about Bronwyn never been?
I can do a reading if you want. It's the Five of Cups. It talks about loss and dealing with that loss. I don't think you need a tarot reader to interpret that one.
Bronwyn never been?
Not since I've met her. She's a lawful good type character, if you play D&D.
Lexi ever been in trouble with the police?
I've never been convicted, no.
Been charged with...
My mind's gone blank.
Not these ones, the worm had to be told as people strolled past on the sidewalk.
Oh, Chief Inspector, you gave me a shock. What is it? What have I done?
Tell me about Bronwyn. What were you doing?
Nothing. I mean, I was here all night. This cat's on her. Bron can vouch for me. Well, it's not for the nightlife, I can tell you that. This is where the cards told us to go. I guess you could call it destiny.
Do you know anyone here? What's wrong with the nightlife? Do you know...
No, I can honestly swear I don't know any Augustives? Augustonians? Augustins until we got here.
Tell me about...
She's an Aquarius, her favourite colour is green. What else do you need to know?
Is she your leader? Has she killed before?
Jail? What for? I haven't done anything wrong.
aiding and abetting a criminal.
I'll aid and abet Bronwyn to the day I die, but she's not a criminal.
His life and to find that his name was George. George had lost his...
Chief Dupont, what a pleasant surprise. I think we've covered just about everything twice over, but if you think I'm hiding something...
Who are you?
Does it bother you, Chief Dupont, knowing there are things in this world that aren't black and white? You don't know what to file me under, and that makes you uncomfortable. Or perhaps you've already made up your mind about me. Why don't you tell me who you think I am?
You're a con artist. You're
You're gonna need to do some more research, Chief. That's just not true.
Light, with the glass walls like a fish tank, where the city sleeps below, unaware of what lurks above them, where the floating entity waits inside for those who keep finding their way, like a deep-sea fish dangling its lure.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
I always watch from inside the closet.
Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
No. I didn't know where she came from. Oh, and all of a sudden there's this woman standing in front of my brakes and attempted to swerve away from her, but I still felt the thump.
It's 6 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Police investigating the murder of Dorota Shaw are appealing to the community to help catch a killer. The body of 21-year-old Miss Shaw, an accomplished cellist, was found in her home last night. Police are describing the murder as a violent and despicable act. Monroe?
It's just terrible. Meanwhile, out of respect for the victim and her family, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced shortly, so do stay tuned to Radio August for updates.
I heard Dorota Shaw was due to play this weekend.
At the Tulip Festival?
Indeed. I understand why they'd want to postpone it. Tonight the weather will be mostly dry and warm, but be on the lookout for dark clouds on the horizon, as there may be scattered showers. Best take an umbrella, Monroe, so you don't get wet.
I like getting wet. That's 6 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
And you need to get the fuck out of Dodge before you get caught up in it, was raging and...
Who are you? You were what? Get out of here before I call the police.
And the annoying ding sounded to...
I told you to leave. When I see Chief DuPont, there's going to be trouble.
I left my door open as I cautiously walked...
Any more news on Oscar Wainwright? I'm a bit busy, Sam. Maybe you can go on my behalf. Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. The tarot readers mentioned Birmingham. You're looking into it. There's some talk about a traveller, whatever that is. Dorota's boyfriend Oscar is in the clear as far as I'm concerned, but I'm still waiting to hear what he tells you. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. That's it. Just the tarot readers. No one else is remotely suspicious compared to them. Got any reason for saying that? I'll look into it. Rain says he was praying in his room, alone. Nobody corroborates. Bronwyn and Lexi say they were in the same room last night. Shame they can't agree which one. The tarot readers mentioned Birmingham. You're looking into it. There's some talk about a traveller, whatever that is. Dorota's boyfriend Oscar is in the clear as far as I'm concerned, but I'm still waiting to hear what he tells you. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. That's it.
Just please, don't die.
I told you to leave. When I see Chief DuPont, there's going to be trouble.
Her hand squeezed mine, just a little tighter, as I began to pull her hair away from her face. Her breath was becoming much more shallow.
Vicar's son? No, as far as I can tell, Oscar is a good boy. But we've all got different faces now, haven't we, Sam? The masks we wear. I could be a satanic cultist behind closed doors, but you'd never know, would you, Sam? She flaunts herself. Her body. Had boudoir photographs taken. Who do you think those photos were for, Sam? Her mother? Not really, just gossip. Apparently she went to have some portrait photos done and started stripping off. Weston's photographic. Zach Weston. He'll get himself into trouble one of these days. If you keep taking pictures of pretty girls in their underwear, somebody's going to get upset. Zach's the local photographer. You should go and talk to him, Sam. You're good at talking. At Weston's photographic, off the high road. It's late, but he's always there. I have a good memory. I'm still holding grudges from when I was 4.
Jumped over the family dog, sleeping in the kitchen doorway.
Oh, she gets easily confused. Youth of today. Fine. Chief DuPont was breathing down our necks, so we thought it would be simpler if we stuck together. If these walls weren't separating our rooms, then technically it'd be true. To protect Lexi. None of this is her fault, and she gets anxious easily. I was just trying to take the pressure off. I'm sorry, Sam. I never usually lie. Rain's a big boy, he can handle himself. Besides, I'd be highly suspicious if Rain claimed to be doing anything on a Monday night. That's pretty much all he does every night. Yes, he came to see me. He wanted to know that she was okay, spiritually speaking. He confided in me quite a bit, actually. He seemed to appreciate having someone to talk to, and he knew I couldn't tell anyone what he said. Oh, Sam, you know I can't do that. Tarot reader client confidentiality.
Okay, so please explain to the listeners what the object...
Hi Sam, back from more already? I didn't. How did you find out? Am I in trouble? It was only a little white lie, nothing else. It wasn't even that much of a lie. We're both here, in the guest house. We just happen to be in different rooms. If I had proof, Bron wouldn't have made this all up. I'm sorry, Sam, I really am. I know how this must look, but I couldn't kill anything, honest. No, I think Bronwyn met him, though. You'd have to ask her, or him. It's not my place to say. Traveller? That's a really old role-playing game, isn't it? Oh, did you now? Well then, you know what I know. I guess you must be a part of our inner circle. How does it feel? Cheeky? Are you flirting with me? Oh dear, am I blushing again? There's a murder to solve. Maybe you should do that first, then me. No, not like that.
You can have it back.
I personally just use it to flatten bed sheets. Hose curiosity.
Sam, what can I do for you? We're trying to save people. I said we're trying. We have a gift. We have Mercury, the tarot. It tells us where bad things are going to happen, and we try and stop them. Birmingham. We couldn't save anyone there either. The problem with travellers is... Well, let's put a pin in this one, Sam. Let me ask Bronwyn. If she says it's okay to talk about it, it's okay to talk about it. We didn't. Lexi used a Ouija board to get the name. It's Lexi's thing. I don't personally go near them, but in this case, it did help. No. Lexi needs to give it context from the tarot reading. A lot of the time it comes up with nothing. Or a sordid comment directed at Lexi. I think that's why she keeps using it, to be honest. Once we thought there was going to be a murder, Lexi used the Ouija board to find out the victim's name. It spelled out the rota. Just... This is going to sound weird. Most people believe Ouija boards contact the dead. So if Lexi contacts a dead person, that person needs to know what happens in the future. Ergo, maybe the person she's contacting is from the future. A time traveller who died here. Yes. Well, not just time travel, time and space travel is also possible. If we accept the fact there are multiple realities, we must also accept there are others like us who found a way to travel between these realities.
Up in it was raging in me, but here I was, unfastening my seatbelt.
Your ability isn't endless. It will run out at some point.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn. I'm Bronwyn.
I was breathing, but in all honesty, I think I was holding my breath.
You can tell Sam about Birmingham. What did you tell the police you were doing last night? You can...
Well, what can I tell Sam that you haven't already?
You know Sam likes a fact check. You're right. You know...
I don't really know Sam. But if you're sure, then I guess I'm sure.
What did you tell the police you were...
I told them the truth. That I was in my room. I'm not sure if they can fact check it, but it's the only alibi I've got. Kind of wish we'd all stuck together now.
When should we do another reading?
You already told us. 8 o'clock. Bron, are you okay?
Are you okay? She lay on her back. Well, mostly on her back. Her legs were twisted onto her side, but her...
Didn't expect you to come back. Have you contacted Dorota?
No. Yes. She forgives you.
Really? You actually spoke to her? Did she say anything else? Is she okay? Who killed her?
It's Hazy.
Okay, that's okay. She forgives me. I guess she didn't have time to elaborate.
I'm sorry the police ignored our prediction. Do you get... I'm sorry the police...
It's okay, just... How did you know? How did you come up with a name and then... she's gone?
She's not gone. She's waiting to pass. How could someone even get in...
The usual way? The front door. Like, it's a townhouse and she's on the 3rd floor. So, other than teleporting or a big ladder, that's the only way.
Do you get on with Dorota?
Not really. Especially not now. They're convinced I got her into the wrong crowd or something. Am I really a bad influence?
Yes. No.
Thanks, Bronwyn. I know it's a bit soon, but maybe we can grab coffee sometime? Just to chat about things.
No, yes.
I like you, Bronwyn. How about soon? How about tonight? I can come to the guest house?
No, you can't. Sure.
So it's a date? Sort of. I'll see you soon. Hi. Hey. Hello. Sorry, I'm not used to dating so soon.
I'm actually not in the mood anymore. It's okay.
Oh, I wasn't sure I was thinking on doing anything, physical.
Get up in the bed.
I really don't think I'm ready for this.
Sorry, I don't know what came over me. Shh, baby.
No, wait, please. Can you just get off me, please?
I'm sorry. You're...
Get off me! Get off! I can't do this. I don't care what the chief wants. I just can't. How can you want to sleep with me? Did you kill her? Did you kill Dorota?
Yes. No.
Yes, you did. You liar, you did.
It was just a nightmare. I was still on the floor, wiping my eyes as I saw the familiar red and blue lights reflecting through my kitchen window. I pulled myself...
Miss Castle, more unexpected pleasures.
What did Dorota's boyfriend say about me?
Something about a message you wouldn't deliver? Did you want him to be a special friend? Is that why you killed his girlfriend?
I didn't kill Dorota.
You don't know what we've got, Miss Castle. That's between Sam and I.
I was nowhere near...
You said you were with another one of the readers. All I'm saying is that Violet didn't recall seeing any of you.
Violet doesn't remember where she was.
She tell you that? She's playing with you to get you to open up.
Glass shards that splinter from the screen because at that moment, that very moment, she's with me again, gripping my hand.
Oh, Bron, I'm so glad you're here. We need to talk.
Is something wrong?
No one can hear us, right? I mean, I'm assuming this room isn't bugged, although knowing Violet, there's probably cameras everywhere.
You think Violet...
Probably. I don't know. She has that look about her, don't you think? Like she knows something she's not letting on. I wouldn't be surprised if there's cameras hidden in the wardrobe.
What have you got?
Nothing. Though I'd rather she didn't see me dancing around in my underwear. I only do that for people I love.
Do you love me?
Of course I do, Bron. See? And now that's on film. I hope you enjoyed that, Violet. Listen, we need to talk about our alibi.
What about our...
I know you said it would be better if we said we were together, but lying about your alibi, that's pretty serious. Are you sure it was a good idea?
We should do whatever it...
You're acting like we've got something to hide. Bron, is there something you're not telling me? Why'd you ask me to lie? Were you really in your room all night?
Yes.
Then stop with the cloak and dagger stuff, alright?
Aliens look like. Or it could be an observation of someone actually encountering someone who looks like this.
Perhaps.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
Clearer than other ones we've had on previous shows. This one...
Oscar Wainwright, what a surprise.
Handle. And then it's got a search... And what looks like could have perhaps been maybe a...
Where do you think it's from?
Where is it from?
Area?
Oh,
Where in the world? No.
Just trying to think.
A while ago we had a story from this part of the world as well. Do you remember?
Oscar? What are you doing here?
I want to...
I know. We've already talked about this. You said you'd get into Bronwyn Castle's room somehow and have a look around.
Why?
To find evidence that ties her into Dorota's murder? Maybe you're not the right man for this job.
It's more about what you can do. What do you think you might do with the mirror?
If I'm honest, at first because of the handle I thought maybe a weapon of combat, but then I...
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
By the way, you have impeccable hairstyle today.
I'm truly sorry about Dorota. I didn't...
What are you implying?
It's just suspicious.
I didn't even know the girl. You predicted her murder. Who's more suspicious?
I'm truly...
I didn't really know her. I saw her pictures in the newspaper. Can't remember what for right now.
She's gone, listeners. It's amazing. No, she hasn't.
Hi, I'm Lexi. Oh, I'm Lexi.
Listening to Radio August. Dark Nights with Poe and...
Lung. Read by Jessie Cox. She must be...
Dorota had a boyfriend.
Oscar, the guy I met this morning? The one I told you about. Yes.
What did he want?
Answers. Reassurance. Forgiveness.
Do you think he killed her?
Not considering what he asked me to do.
the lifeless vessel in front of him. Cough.
I feel sad.
Bronwyn said to stay away from him and the family. We're drawing too much attention to ourselves. We won't be able to finish our job.
Job?
Are you wearing a wire? You know why we're here. Don't make me say it.
Say it.
No. Stop being silly.
His jacket. It hits a speed dial number. After a few rings, it's answered. Mrs. Hedges. I think I found her. It's not... Cough. Cough. And raises up from the dais. Although it may be, whispers Lung, before hanging up the phone. He steps backwards wearily, brandishing a revolver at the girl.
Rain. I'm Rain. Okay.
Cough. Cough. Cough.
Ah, Rain, can I help?
About last night,
Was there a problem?
my tap was dripping.
Dripping? Maybe I was in my bedroom. That's out of bounds to you.
You can grant me eternal life. The girl snarls at him.
Don't forget the group reading, Ray. By which I mean, if you see Lexi, tell her not to forget the group reading.
What's the plan?
We still don't know what we're dealing with. There's every chance that it could just be a normal human murder.
What if it's not a...
Then we have to assume that it's some kind of traveller.
like in Birmingham? A traveller like in...
Yeah, like in Birmingham.
Him crashing him backwards onto the grassy floor. Thud.
What do you think of...
Oh, I'll totally hit that. Apart from the whole investigating Bronwyn for murder thing, of course. But that's a minor flaw. I can work around it.
I hear...
Really? Well, you know, I'm not surprised. I am a total babe.
He visualized by travelers from a faraway dimension. Lung's eyes roll into the back of his skull. Moves smoothly in the distance. The phone. She hits speed dial. Mom? It's Zoe. I know. I love you too. Okay. Bye.
Oh, it's just a run-of-the-mill spirit communication device. Want to know how it works? Cool, okay. So Ouija boards send us messages from the spirit world, right? But where is the spirit world? I mean, there's planets and stars in space. The spirit world must be really far away beyond all that. With so far to travel, messages from the spirit world must take ages to get here. Like how light from the sun takes 8 minutes or something to reach us. You still with me? Oh, you're sweet. Where was I? Oh, so here's my point. The spirit world is actually several hours ahead of us. That's how we get messages about things that haven't happened yet. That's how we got Dorota's name. Because in the spirit world, she was already dead. I know, mind-blowing.
Interesting. So she is a caterpillar, but I would think. But because she turns back into her original shape.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet. Say to you that what I think is that you want to reveal. You will still be as ordinary as you were before, because the skin shedding.
I changed your sheets last.
That's impossible. I was in that room praying the entire time, and those sheets have definitely not been changed, I can assure you. Are you trying to frame me?
Tell the listeners a bit more about what the object is that I brought in today.
Fits in the palm of your hand, and it's a small man wearing robes. A lot of pain.
Yes. Where could he?
Violet.
He's maybe a Buddhist.
Yeah, could be. Yes.
Um.
What would you say is his profession?
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
It's called the Screaming Monk. Legend has it that this monk, called Busan,
Chief DuPont, there's been loads of people coming around asking questions. I don't even know half of them.
Has Sam been to see you? The detective? Did Dorota... Has Sam been to see you? Did Dorota collect coins? Has Sam...
No? Wait, I get it now. Yeah, someone dropped by. I'm not speaking to them though.
You sure?
Really? Alright. But I don't think they're taking Dorota's murder seriously enough.
Did Dorota...
Not that I know of. She collected thimbles. She said she didn't need any. She had hard calluses on her fingers from all the cello.
Have you looked in Dorota's bedroom? Did...
Maybe anyone else going for a Juilliard scholarship? But other than that, not really.
Yeah, that's part of it. This one.
I'm not sure what the ball on the end's for.
Why is Sam still questioning me? Do I need to bring up Mr. Hedges again?
Are you threatening me? Who is Mr. Hedges?
Exactly.
What?
Mr. Hedges. The man you asked me to put up, who then, you know, died.
And then...
And then we buried him together so nobody would find out. Any of this ringing any bells?
Buried someone?
Not literally speaking. You took the body and you said you'd bury it, but, you know, I'm an accomplice. We'd both be going down.
And so I'd say it's heavy because it's made out of metal.
You have a recognizable knock, Chief DuPont. I'll remember not to answer next time.
Do you know Dorota's boy?
I've met him once, yes.
Just the once?
Unless I've got a body double walking around, yes. Just the once. We talked in confidence. You'll need to ask him if you want the juicy details.
Maybe they're hugging?
It's funny that you people actually think this is an erotic scene. And then the second point, apparently most people think it shows an erotic scene. And it's not an erotic scene. It's not people hugging. It's not combat. It's actually a man grabbing the heart of a woman directly.
That's personal. I said I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I went round there in the afternoon. Her parents were at work, and we were, you know, hanging out. I left at about 5. I'm playing football. It was just 5-a-side. Finished at about 9:30. I called her, but she never picked up. Not much. They always seemed happy to see me. I don't think they meant it. They wanted Dorota to focus on her music. Not long, a couple of months maybe. We did care for each other. No? Why? Violet Gallagher? What's it got to do with her? Bitch. Mind you, it's not exactly damning, coming from someone as frigid as her. She's all prim and proper with it. Sorry, it's just... Why do people say things like that? You're not supposed to speak ill of the dead. What, you mean watching us? That's disturbing. No, it couldn't have been. The only place you could have hidden would be in the closet, and I suppose someone could have hidden in the closet. Not hidden. Well, she liked it. Liked me to watch. Not other guys. Just, she had these, voyeur fantasies. She'd ask me to hide in the upstairs closet. And then she'd walk in and strip off. Start touching herself. She got upset if I came out before she'd finished. I'm sorry, is this helping with the investigation? Clothes, mainly. I did see something that freaked me out a bit. She had a wedding dress in there. She knew I'd seen it, but we never talked about it. Not even as a joke. No, not to me anyway. She wasn't into fortune telling or any of that stuff. Yeah, Chief DuPont told me. He thinks it's one of them that killed her. Bronwyn? That's disturbing. I don't think possible. I don't think those two ever met. Hear that?
It's 7 o'clock, and here's the latest August update. Chief DuPont of August Police is urging residents to be vigilant tonight following the brutal murder of 21-year-old Rhoda Shaw. Whilst he stresses there is no immediate threat to the community at large, residents should be on the lookout until the killer is in police custody. Miss Shaw was found strangled in her bedroom home last night. Poe, I heard she was found by her mother.
Truly awful. Mother caught me up to all sorts of mischief in my bedroom. Also in the news, emergency services were called to the crossroads at Grange Avenue and Church Street following a collision between two cars. There are no reports of any serious injuries, but you might want to take a different route for now.
Oh no. It's going to be one of those nights, Poe.
Stick with me, doll. I'll keep you safe.
I'm not going anywhere. That's 7 o'clock with Poe and Monroe. If they're a negative person, you don't necessarily need to give them all of your time and your emotion.
If you have anything else on Zach Weston, let me know. And I'm all for a good boudoir picture, but who are they for? There's definitely a strong connection between those two there. Well, unless they were for Oscar, I don't know. Unless there's someone else about to come out of the woodwork. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn and Lexi lied about being together last night. You're still following up Birmingham. Keep me posted. Yeah, you mentioned the word traveller to me, but he's nothing. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
Need her.
How did you hear about that? Anyway, it wasn't a date. I was doing a favour for Chief DuPont. Only lasted a few minutes. Yeah, funny. Look, it's really not any of your business, Sam. That's between me and the Chief, alright? No? Who's that? Okay, so this Zach guy was connected to Dorota. Took pictures of her. Were they sleeping together? Why did you tell me that? Every time I think of her now, I'm going to see her with someone else. Who what? Boudoir photos? She sent some private photos to me by phone. Do you mean them? Yeah, I'll put them in an album for you. No.
It cost most of Mother's jewelry. Then there was the bezel.
Sorry, we're closed. Come back tomorrow. An appointment online. friends. Yes, I know Violet very well. Violet takes it very well, actually. I like it like that. With a frosty exterior comes a soft, warm center. I'm sorry my analogy wasn't explicit enough for you. Yes, we have sex. Yes, what do you want? The Shores. Oh, you mean that girl who got killed? What was her name? Dorothy? I see a lot of faces in my studio, but I'm not good with names. Wait. Dorota, I remember now. For the August Chronicle, she won some sort of award. I remember her cello. It kept reflecting the flash and ruining the shot. No, I went to her house, along with the reporter. It's better with these human interest stories to capture them in a natural habitat. If you asked me to drive there without my sat-nav, no. No, actually, I've been running a special offer on portraits since she came in for a studio session. Wait there. As you can see, there's photos here. Her on the cello. Now this one's in colour. Beautiful hair. Oh, legs wrapped around. Another one here. Oh, hang on. Do you see what I see? Nothing. She's just a very attractive girl. That's all. What do you mean? Violet needs to mind her own business. I didn't want to mention them out of respect for the dead. You've heard of boudoir photography. Dorota saw my boudoir set and asked me to take some shots. It's all very tasteful. A lot of women have them done as gifts for their husbands or boyfriends or girlfriends, I suppose. She didn't say. Her boyfriend, I assume. Here. I'm usually here most nights. Only the roof rats.
And we always in the one we believe is most true. The roof of the Dreamtime Hotel was littered with Tenzin's white cigarette butts.
We've got to stop meeting like this. Seriously though, Sam, I'm working. Can't it wait? Just give me to 8, okay?
Billowing in the wind, shimmering into nothingness long before the ground. Scent is always the first.
I met him yesterday, doing the rounds, looking for reading work. Actually, he did mention Dorota. He said there was this girl he was planning to meet up with. Said she was alone every Monday night because her parents go to the cinema. Do you know what that means? It was Dorota Shaw. Fine, Sam. Birmingham. Mercury took us to Birmingham. We didn't know what for. We never really know what for. But we turned up. It started with a girl, Ginny. She was South African. I only mention it because that was its thing. Yeah. We didn't know at the time, but in hindsight, it was after South African girls. 3 to be exact. The Traveller wanted 3. You should ask Bronwyn. She's the one that knows about rights. I just know it normally involves 3, and all 3 share a common attribute. I guess you might call them demons, in as much as they can get inside us. They come from other worlds. Kind of, yeah. Quantum physics is real, didn't you know? There are many universes. In technical terms, a traveller is a trans-dimensional being far more superior to us, in as much as they can choose which reality to hang out in. We just get this one. Yes, disturbingly. It's actually a lot more complicated than that. They choose a reality/universe where they actually evolve to become the person they're possessing. So they jump in a few million years before our timelines intersect. They can't just jump into someone. It takes a few hours for that. They make the decision before they travel, which is why we can catch them. Yes, probably. The tarot doesn't just sat-nav us to normal murders.
It's going up and up and up. And I always wake up before I reach the top. What do you...
Do we really have to? How vulgar. Yes, I suppose that is what he'd say. But I've never let him lay a finger on me. He says we're in a relationship, but he doesn't act like it. He thinks he's irresistible to women. No.
It's very important that you believe in yourself, and if good things happen to you, then please just embrace them.
Sam, look, I can't talk right now. I'm doing phone readings. Gotta pay for a job somehow. Lexi's locked in till late too. I can sort you out afterwards, yeah?
What this might be.
So, what I can see here are 3...
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
You were right about the metal. It's bronze again.
Bronze again. The bells are very cute.
Mm-hmm.
They've got small engraving on them.
Have bells.
Cowbells.
Hmm.
I want to say a Christmas tree, but I feel like...
Well,
Oh.
these ones have an inverted full crown, which gives a ghastly sound. We're not going to reproduce verse. The purpose of
Sensing! Why did you put me up to it?
I need all hands on deck. You're a hand. At least I thought you were.
Nothing happened. She tried to sleep with me.
Well, that's strange. That's very strange. Doesn't seem like something she'd do at all. You don't even look like you make a good couple. Maybe she was onto you.
Is there anything else I can...
No, you've done enough. I'll keep up my end of the bargain, make those speeding tickets go away, though technically you'd have more points than a hedgehog if I kept them. And if I do catch you speeding in August again, Oscar, instant ban. Capiche?
Yes?
It's language. That makes me look cool. You can go now.
Monroe.
The Calling. Read by Jessa. from the Jessichin.
I'm Zach Weston, just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Under her chin, it caught her still smiling mouth as I expected to see a dripping cross.
Zach, let me stop you there. You are one creepy fellow. Now, I don't know what you had going on with Dorota, but I don't want anything to do with it. Do not come back here. Please.
It spoke. Your body is nothing more than... Your wardens have long since forgotten you.
Zach! What are you doing here? Quick, don't let anyone see you.
Why don't you want anyone to see me? Everyone's talking about Dorota. Are you happy Dorota's dead?
I didn't say that. But we both know what Dorota was like. She practically threw herself at you.
She didn't throw herself at me. Why?
The boudoir sessions. Some girls get the wrong idea. I saw how she was looking at you. She wanted it.
You were there.
I've seen all your photos, Zach. All of them.
Why don't you want anyone to see me?
What? You're the one who said we shouldn't be seen together. What are you doing here?
I wanted to make sure we...
What did you do? What did you say to Sam?
Everyone's talking about Dorota.
I know. But like that attract trouble.
People like what? Is that why you killed her?
That's not funny, Zach. What if Sam heard?
Young, they listen. It took time for her fall. Sooner or later she would, and there would be a tidal wave to feast upon, and this demon was nothing if present. Until the virus got her, until the sickness spread, the demon could only enjoy that girl trapped in his teeth. Prepare for the moment, the tip.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Way. A hollow home for the whispers and grow the demon. The demon would grow in place, pushing lungs out of the way until breathing hurt heart of his host until there would be nothing left, and only the fall could quiet him, and he... That... She was no different.
Well, hello, gorgeous.
Did you hear about... I came over last night, but you weren't here.
Well, that explains why there was no answer when I called you. I was definitely here. Everyone in town's heard. She's a local celebrity now.
Local celebrity?
Violet? Of course not. I only have eyes for you.
That's not what...
This again. I told you, I'm not seeing anyone else. I have gorgeous women in my studio all the time, but you're special. Not because you won't take off your clothes, I'm expecting that at some point. It's just, you're so clever and well educated. And the icing on the cake, you're the most beautiful woman I've ever met.
Take my ring, she'd say. I know I love it, but I don't need it anymore. When I'm gone, Mum will take care of my cat. No one will miss me anyway.
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
So she succumbed to the sickness, or tried at least. Try. Her red hair fanned out back, holding the bottle above her, note on the final bedfellow. Pills don't hurt, right? Rationalizing to the demon parasite in her heart. Of course they don't. You'll sleep.
Chief? Again?
Did Dorota have any...
She didn't really use any social networks. Didn't have the time. Mainly just cello.
Go to any clubs or groups?
No, she didn't email much. She checked the messages on her phone. What is it you're looking for?
Anything.
Okay, that makes sense.
Into the hospital before the pill.
Hello. I know you. You're the police chief.
I understand that you knew Dorota Shaw.
We met briefly, yes. I freelanced for the August Chronicle, and they did a story about her.
Was that the first time you met her?
As far as I know. I meet a lot of people through work. Some are more memorable than others. I happened to mention my portrait services, so she booked a session with me.
When was that?
A few weeks ago.
What type of photos do...
For the paper. Record shots that any idiot with a phone can take. My studio is where the magic happens. Mainly portraiture, but I dabble in other areas.
Boudoir photography?
Sometimes, if that's what the client wants. Are you asking for yourself, or...?
It's for the case. It's for the...
Of course.
Awful curiosity of the audience fed the other demons, gave them a bigger home, a louder voice. Falls the rest go quickly, always. Loud and sure, good, he wouldn't take long. The demons are already there, they just need ears to listen. It wasn't hard.
It's 8 o'clock and time for another August update. Police investigating the death of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw have said there's no evidence to connect her boyfriend to the murder. Chief DuPont's statement was delivered in response to speculation from local residents that it was a crime of passion. Miss Shaw's strangled body was found by her mother around 10 p.m. last night in what the chief is calling a puzzling crime.
I can't believe people are gossiping already, Poe.
It's always the person closest to the victim, isn't that what they say?
But that poor boy. A reminder also that due to the murder, this weekend's Tulip Festival has been postponed. New dates will be announced soon. The weather's getting worse tonight with heavy rain forecast. So if you're heading out, you might want to take a jacket. Or a cab.
Or wear the jacket in the cab. That's 8 o'clock with Poe and Monroe.
Sam, I've got news. We've done a reading.
The Five of Swords. That's the same card as yesterday.
Let's hope it's not the Knight of Wands. This doesn't look good.
It's fine. This happens all the time. There are 78 cards in a deck. The same ones come up a lot.
I get it, but we drew the exact same cards yesterday. What are the odds of pulling all three again?
1 in 474,552. I know, I get asked a lot.
Bet it's a 10 of swords.
It's happening again. There's going to be another murder. Then Lexi did her thing, and now we have a name. Alice Munro.
Sam, let me bring you up to speed. I know what you're going to say, and I don't want to hear it. I've arrested Bronwyn. She's named a second victim, and as far as I'm concerned, the safest thing to do right now is have her behind bars. Those tarot readers have been doing my head in all day, talking to me like I'm a suspect, asking ridiculous questions, and then denying they've seen me at all. So what's done is done. I've just made Alice safer. You can go.
I doubt you've ever used one of those. You've never used a... Yeah, it's only...
Monroe. Everyone knows her. She's a local radio star here. I always get the shot, Sam. One way or another.
Grained in the mango. But I obviously can't...
You must be Sam. I just got off the phone with Chief DuPont. I can't believe it. Now me. We're co-hosts on the radio. Oh, sorry. You know that already. We've been partners for 2 years now. He's a good friend. Can't we be both, Sam? Poe's his radio name. He's actually John Poe. He's on air now, but you can come back at 8:30 if you want to see him. On air? We both were. We broadcast live hourly news reports. It's how we keep our funding. Not very well. He's done a few shoots of me and Poe to promote the show. No. Zach keeps asking, but I just don't want to. Not for him, but Dorota did. She gave me the pictures as a gift. She looked amazing. Yes, we were friends. I hadn't known her for long, only a few weeks. We met at the gala. I was hosting and she was playing the cello, you know? I guess we talked for a little while and then she asked me for a drink after the show. After we'd had a few drinks, she invited me back to her house. I thought we were just gonna chat, watch a movie, that sort of thing. Then she kissed me. I was so shocked. She was so attractive. So I kissed her back. This is just between us, right? We fooled around. I don't have many friends, Sam. Everyone thinks because I'm on the radio, I have tons of friends, so nobody ever approaches me. I get lonely. But Dorota was my friend, and I liked making her happy. I'm not going into detail, Sam. We pledged each other multiple times. Oscar, yeah. She was a bit confused, when we started seeing each other, she didn't like him touching her anymore. I didn't mind, but she did. So I told her if he wanted to get sexual, then maybe she should try something else. I said some guys like to watch, so tell him it would be sexy if he could look but he couldn't touch. As far as I know, it worked. She told Oscar to watch from her walk-in wardrobe. When he was at a safe distance, she put on a show. She faked it. She told me she faked it. But you'd know best. It was her mom's. She was saving it in case she ever got married. No. Sorry. I did have a strange dream last night, though. I was a Hollywood actress, and there were hundreds of magazines and newspapers all piling up on the red carpet, and they all had my picture on the front cover. But the red carpet wasn't carpet. It was a pool of blood, and it seeped through all the pages. Then I woke up. What do you think that means, Sam? I don't know what. I mean, I'm anxious now. Maybe it was predicting Dorota's death. Or mine. That sounds reassuring. I hope it's not just words, Sam. You've kind of just asked about Dorota since you got here. Sam, you forgot your phone.
Ivan pushed himself up and went to get a towel. When he returned, the kitten was scrambling at the mat with its front paws, trying to drag itself up. Its back legs lay helplessly on the floor.
Excellent work. Gold star for you. Oh, hello. This is my goddaughter, Sophia. She's only 9 and she's a maths genius.
Hello.
I have to pop to my room to get something. Be nice to her while I'm gone. Otherwise I might have to smother you in your sleep.
What's your name? No, you're not. I've seen the boogeyman. Don't look like you. Do you want to know a secret? Violet was taken by aliens in their ship. Shh. She doesn't want anyone to know.
Sorry about that. Sophia, your mother will be here for you soon, so run along and wait. Now, Sam, how can I help you? She has a wicked imagination for her age. Do you think you're sitting here now? Perception is reality, Sam. I needed to confide in someone, so I told Chief Dupont. Just Chief Dupont. And now you, apparently. Of course! Poe and Monroe. She's on the radio. Yes, I believe I did. She was here once for something. I don't remember now. Why are you talking about this again? You understand, every time you mention abduction, it opens up a vault of crushing memories that I'd rather stay locked up. No. Not even the moon. I don't really want to. About a month ago, the guest house was empty and I was alone in my bedroom. All I could hear was dripping. A cold tap. Drip. 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 And then it began. I could smell iron, a strong metallic smell. Then I could taste it on my tongue. And then weightlessness, like time and space had stopped. That was the first time they took me. It's happened 5 times, even on clozapine. Get that strange aura, then I'm gone. Eye tests for epilepsy, amongst other things. But all the scans were normal. No. I have certain flashbacks. It's difficult to explain. I'm stuck in the wall of an enormous room made from these wooden vines, except the vines slowly move and drip with pain. My head is pushed out like I'm a trophy. If I look to my side, there are others, heads, all prisoners, being experimented on. They rearrange us like decorations, suck us backwards into the darkness and then thrust us back through the wall. And when they return me home, I'm broken. Cuts. Bruises. Memories.
Her semi-naked, blood-drenched body. The girl sighs and turns her attention to Lung.
How could you let Chief Dupont do that? I'm not talking to you until you get this fixed. Bronwyn was on Tarotasm, Sam. Just like she was an hour ago. And they record everything, so her alibi should be without question. She was just lying to protect Lexi. She's maternal like that.
Lately, steps off the dais and moves slowly towards Lung.
Oh my god, Sam, what are we going to do? The Chief can't just lock Bron up like that, can he? You know she's innocent.
Die. You said you could grant me eternal life. The girl snarls at him.
You're only alive because we want you to be.
I'm Oscar. Is there anything else I can do?
And blood arcs ferociously from the wounds. She staggers with at Lung. What the fuck? Lung crosses his arms to shield him. Onto the grassy floor. Thud. Crunch. Such force his eyes bulge. Blood pools behind him and in his mouth. You're mine now.
Oscar, good. You got my message. Got some things to show you.
What have you got?
Does, this mean anything to you?
That's Dorota.
And what if I showed you this?
Alice Munro.
Do you know her?
She's from the raid.
And if I do this? No? Anything?
What are you doing?
That'll be all. You can go now.
No! As fast as I can. I love you.
Oscar Wainwright. I've heard so much about you.
Were you sleeping with Dorota?
No. Were you? She just asked me to watch. I didn't even get past the adverts.
You watched her?
Yes, I watched her. You know she's into that. That can't be news to you.
coughing like it's her first.
Oscar, I'm so sorry. What can I do?
Were you seeing Dorota?
Oscar, it's so much more complicated than that.
Why didn't you save her? Is it...
Oscar, I didn't mean to hurt anyone. That's not who I am. I go out of my way to help people, to be kind to them.
So were you helping?
I had feelings for her, Oscar. You should understand that. I'm sorry this is how you had to hear it. But maybe she didn't tell you because she was leaving me. I don't know. I'm sorry. I truly am.
I forgive you.
How?
Maybe if I knew what Dorota saw in you, it'd help.
What do you mean?
We should...
That's fair. I'll just freshen up, and you can put it in me while I think of Dorota's cold, lifeless body. That way, at least one of us is still thinking of her. You can go now. You know, Poe, I think you're actually getting a lot better at this.
Thank you very much.
So, obviously, once again, Alex, thank you very much for sharing this one with us. I would love to talk about this one in further detail because actually it's...
I'm Zach Weston. Just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
Now, I believe that perhaps something is waiting.
I need to talk about Ellis.
What have you been doing with Ellis Monroe?
What haven't I been doing? What have you heard?
The tarot readers have predicted that she is the next victim. Do you think we should do something?
Want to...
Is that really all you think about? It's starting to look like August has a serial killer targeting redheads. Look at my hair, Zach. Does this look red to you?
Good night with Poe and Monroe. This down. I crawl. Watching his spare magazine. Need to count the bullets. 9. 8 for Emma, and 1 for me. I kissed. Rising to my feet. Lockdown sirens blare with the cavalry.
Zach, what are you doing here?
I've been a naughty boy. I need to tell my previous partners.
Good to know. I'm not one of them, though, so... Unless there's anything else?
Pose for me. Let's sleep together.
Like I said when you asked me the first time, I have higher standards. You can go now.
Shots before Emma reaches me. She's fast. Too fast for Jimmy to hit. She tore straight through his gut, pulling out his spine like an afterthought.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
Some such bullshit. Sent down to the vault for the rest of Thacker's creations. She had already been here once. Returns. I wade across the puddle gathering at the base. The safety ensuring it's off. As I reach the steel wall, the garage plunges into total darkness. And adjust the emergency lighting kicks in. Manage that, I have no idea. Crashes open. I raise Jimmy's gun, but she's in cover before I can aim. She weaves her way around wrecked cars, drawing even closer.
Hello, I'm Rain.
Her in the chest. I put another there, and another.
Who is Sophia?
You saw her, did you? She's my goddaughter, at that age where she overshares.
Is she a...
What makes you say that, Rain? Is there something about her aura?
Concrete slope. My legs fail, and I slump.
Hi, Rain. Did you miss me while I was gone?
So?
I'm honestly not going to try and worry about this one. We've told Sam, and I think that's all we can do.
Really? Well, what's Sam...
I believe Sam is going to save Ellis. According to the Ouija, this could play out in a lot of different ways, but mostly saving Ellis.
What other...
Ellis could run, Ellis could die, Ellis could be saved, mistaken identity, someone else dies. There's a lot of noise coming from the beyond, but it's not just a load of voices saying Ellis will die. Sam's got this.
Roll. Look how big is she looking well. Part of her wanted to keep it, but she couldn't. See? You are fat. Her. Pen.
Haven't you done enough predicting my death?
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm just kidding. I know it's not your fault. Well, unless you're the killer.
Have you made a decision?
I think it's a no. Sorry. It's just the reading that you gave me the other day. I don't want to scare off the audience.
Why would I scare off your listeners?
They don't want to hear talk of death and darkness. Well, they do, if it's in a story. But you can't tell them they're going to die.
I said you were going to die?
You didn't say you're going to die, just like that, but remember the death card. And the devil. And you said it was... What was the word you used? My challenge. That I needed to die so I could be free from my chains. I know you said it doesn't mean literal death, but maybe it does.
One thing. Pen still needed her mother. The first appointment at the clinic cost most of Mother's jewelry. Then there was the vessel to pay for. That
Hi, I'm Lexi. Oh, I'm Lexi.
beady eyes, the same smug expression, the same petulant. She didn't need one. The bird took up a perch on the back.
Is Bronwyn out yet?
Sam's working on it.
Tell me about it. Chasing around the unknown, trying to triumph good over evil, generally standing around helpless watching people die.
Why do we do it? Why?
And leave Bron on her own? Quite possibly to die? No. I'm locked in now, until the end. Whatever that may be.
After a couple of weeks, Pen's little fat roll shrank away. Like an attic mouse, she foolish. In truth, the mother had been.
Sorry, we're closed. Unless you're here for something else.
I'm a friend of Dorota's.
Dorota. I'm sorry about what happened.
Dorota told me things about you. Can I come?
It's a bit late, but I think I could spare a few minutes. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Lex.
Lexi. I like it. It's got an edge.
Dorota said she knew you. You're dating Violet, aren't you? I know what you...
I didn't do anything to Dorota.
You killed her.
You make it sound so sordid. Dorota didn't do anything she didn't want to.
Dorota said she knew you. You're dating Violet, aren't you? Dorota said...
Yeah, she had a portrait session with me. Can I get you a drink?
No thanks.
Here, I've only got vodka. You're old enough to drink, right?
Of course. Does it...
I like you already.
You're dating Violet, aren't you?
No, we're just friends.
That's not what you told Sam. That's not what Violet thinks.
Violet doesn't always see things clearly. It's fine. I know how to handle her.
Doesn't see what clearly? What do you mean, handle her? Doesn't see...
You know, some women, they think a bunch of flowers means a relationship. Anyway, why are we talking about Violet? Let's talk about you.
Leaning heavily on his tripod-ended walking stick, he paused to pull his tattered wind blew litter around his spindly legs. He pulled his cap down more firmly, blew on his fingers, then resumed his painful progress. From the
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
the pensioner. The old man reached the entrance. Halfway down the alley was a patch of deep shadow where the street lamp had for a moment, then turned into the narrow entrance. The young men looked up and down the
Violet, if this is about releasing people from prison, the answer is no. I'm going to need hard evidence for that to happen. Now, go! Back to the guest house?
Awake, I slipped into a twilight. Found me.
Hello, lovely. Take a look at this. It's a picture of Dorota.
I don't want...
It's not like that. It's just a press photo. Do you see anything in it?
A girl holding a cello.
You don't see any movement. Just Dorota.
I suspect I survived because I spent 7 weeks in a mental institution trying to rebuild my life, to find a way to live with the intolerable.
Hi, Hi. Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Sat me in a corner while they decided their observations.
Claude.
Into the world. With a letter for my physician and a... I was very, very lucky. The body was found. Maybe it's true that the devil looks after his own.
Chief, I wanted to ask you something.
Is it about the boudoir photos?
Yeah. So it's true then?
I haven't seen them. I'm sorry. It's all tasteful stuff. Maybe a gift for you.
I didn't get them. Now I feel like I'm the only person who hasn't seen them.
What did you want to...
Am I still a suspect?
Yes.
But I was... And there was loads of witnesses. How?
Everyone is a suspect. You killed her after and planned... Everyone is a suspect.
It takes half an hour to get to football. And what? I left her in the boot while I went to have a kickabout? I'm starting to see why they hired Sam now.
Shooting me with spray from the puddles in the road. I feel...
Chief DuPont, thanks for calling in.
I'm just checking your...
At the moment, my heart's beating 1,000 times a minute and I can't sit still. Every noise or knock on the door makes me jump out of my skin, and I keep looking behind me. Is that safe?
Have I ever let you down? What's...
That you're just saying you're doing things when you're not actually doing anything. What's the plan, Chief DuPont? How do we stop this from happening? How do we stop me from dying?
each other. The footsteps behind me cease. I sense he has slipped into the dark of a doorway. The distraction passes. Need of a quiet corner than he. From the clatter of the footsteps, there these could take. I once watched a victim, and they were young, strong, and used to getting stuck in.
What are you doing here? Go rescue Bronwyn!
The second time, I'd convinced myself I was over it, that I was okay, that I could live a normal life.
Sam, do me a favour, go easy on Violet. If we need to get anything out of her, let me deal with it. She'll open up to me. What do you know about it? She thinks she was abducted. Obviously, it's all fiction. Why? Well, then I've made a mistake. Whoops! A few hours in the cell works magic on most people, even tarot readers. Look, I see you're starting to care for these people already, but Violet's been watching them like a hawk. If you can convince her, you convince me. We've got a new target, Alice Monroe. Alice said she was in a relationship with Dorota. She kissed a girl and she liked it. She told you where John Pope, or Poe, is going to be next. Rain still says he was praying in his room, alone. Bronwyn was logged into a call centre system called Taratasm. I heard the recordings from last night. It's her voice. So as much as it pains me to say it, Bronwyn isn't a suspect. But Lexi and Rain still are. Violet says she doesn't remember last night, but I've got that in hand. Violet told you about her brush with aliens? You seem far too interested in those kind of things. Zach Weston says he was in his studio last night. No one corroborates. And he keeps asking Ellis to pose nude. Could be motive. Oscar's in the clear. He was playing football last night. He said that Dorota had a wedding dress in her closet. Not many people would know that. That's it.
I find a good spot. The entrance to a yard, deep in shadow, under dark walls. Dagger into the killing ground. Pass, but he, and it is always he, doubles back. I take my time, leaning forward, hands on hips. The Slayer quivers with it.
And you're sure it was her? Then it couldn't be her, could it? You want me to tell Claude, don't you? Sorry, I mean Chief DuPont. Fine, fine, I'll call him.
The spots on his neck seem to shine in the distant neon. I can smell his breath, sour with the stink of rotting teeth. A smackhead, I guess, in need of his medicine.
Fine. Let me do the paperwork. I'm starting to regret hiring you. Maybe you should concentrate on something else.
I needed to see the threat. I relaxed and opened the gates. Let the Slayer come through. Ringside.
No. I can do a reading if you want. Nine of Cups. This is a very positive card. Is Zach a suspect? Something feels wrong. He's too smug, too self-congratulating, like he's got away with something. I don't like this, Sam. I don't like this one bit at all. A little bit. What did you want to know? A rite can take many forms, but from what we know about these travelers, it seems to be performing some kind of coming-of-age ceremony. Yes, a rite of passage. Running havoc in our dimension is rewarded in theirs. Not fair, is it? Three is a powerful number. There's a divine balance to it in our universe anyway. But maybe it doesn't mean anything where the traveler's from. Maybe 3 is just the carry-on limit for interdimensional travel. I've heard on the radio, but other than that, I don't know anything about her. I want to help though. That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Although we can be sure of one thing. Not necessarily. If it's a traveler, then they just jump into any vessel, have their fun and go. It just needs to be someone nearby. Was it a gold coin? That's more of a serial killer thing than a possessed by a traveler thing. It's a bit showy, but there's no guarantees. Yes, of course, anything. Why Violet? Do you think she's in danger? You don't think she's involved, do you? Leave it with me, I'll see what I can find out. And don't worry, I'll be super discreet.
I'll need to trawl through the charity shops ready for the next time. Because there will be a next time, and another after that. Well, for a while, but in the longer term, I can see no end to it. I know I can't resist the Slayer's needs, and I have no idea how long it will continue, so I am left.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
Arthritis would allow him. He was looking forward to a good...
Thank you for helping with the chief.
I'm not a monster, Bronwyn. I believe in justice too.
Do you believe Tara can...
I'm not one for mystics and crystal balls. I'm a Virgo.
It says you're lying about your alibi.
Oh, I suppose it has a 50-50 chance of getting it right.
Back in the deep shadow beneath the broken street lamp lay the body.
What a day. Alice Munro, then. Looks like our traveller likes redheads.
I wouldn't be so sure. I wouldn't be...
Well, what then? Just young women in general? No. I think it's definitely looking for redheads.
Screaming beneath the surface. She must be dead. No one can breathe that long.
Ron, what are we going to do about Ellis?
What would you do about Alice?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. A few times I got out with the traveller.
Talking to them? Killing them?
That was an accident. And it worked. But we lost a real person too. We need to get them to leave, not kill them and the host.
Not, or does not want to face the world, and then not her. So, is trying to project that they're closing themselves.
Who are you? What are you doing in my house? Get out now before I call the police! Dealing with something that's quite emotional, because the imagery of the lake actually, it relates to your emotional state of mind. And now, the black hair... So, if I'm honest, Alex, and I hope you're listening to me now.
So what's the news about Ellis? I feel so useless sitting here. I want to help. Yes, please use me. Tell me what to do. You got it. Me and the spirit world are going to have a serious chat. I'll get back to you when I find something.
You're so observant.
I try.
Hopefully, this lady can take something from this.
Thank you for your... August. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe.
Contagion by Ashley Van Hesteren. Read by
I'm Zach Weston, just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
this monster not that limited. All this. And it's so easy here. This ghost of a phenomenon, so much ritual.
I think we should break up.
Why do you want to break up?
I don't love you.
With who?
Dorota. Lexi.
The tarot reader? She's only been in town 5 minutes and you're already screwing her! Do you love her?
Yes.
She won't be around for much longer. I'm going to put a pin in this. We can talk about it later.
Patient. Ever present. Until the sickness spread, the demon could only enjoy that girl trapped in his teeth. The tipping point when she lie. There was a process to this. The young, susceptible, high-risk groups already have a home for the demon in their...
Hi, Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Stronger, too big for its stolen place, pushing He whispers in the heart of his host until there would be nothing left, and
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
There was so little light left to feast on in her world, in her every moment of calm, every night. He tamed. Now it was just a waiting game, until she got to her lonely, nearly empty home.
I'm not talking to you, Violet. I've heard what you've been saying about me. I've never even met Zach. It's really mean.
Shoulders, the pain from the demon's whispers around her. Her a moment of peace. She made her decision.
Hi, I'm Lexi. Oh, I'm Lexi.
Was going as easily as she could see the light at the end.
Have you got a problem with me?
Of course not. You're a guest. If you want to whore around, then that's none of my business.
Do you speak to all your guests like that?
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and pretend you didn't know Zach was my boyfriend. But now you do. Back the hell off.
Did you say the same thing?
You can leave now.
She laid back, holding the bottle above her, note on the pillow beside her, her final bedfellow. Pills don't hurt, right? She'd been like this. A sight in her heart. Of course they don't. You'll sleep, and it'll be over. What's it matter anyway?
Lexi Corn, how thin are these walls?
What do you mean the walls?
I can hear you screaming at your Ouija board. Last night too. I feel like I've heard your whole life story. Does Sam like me? Is Violet a lesbian? Will Ellis die? Will Bronwyn die? That last one, don't worry about that.
Why not?
Och, I am Bronwyn MacLeod from the Clan MacLeod, and I am immortal. You silly badger.
And the girl tried again. Nothing got better for her. She tried again. Different enough to work this time. The virus ready to spread.
Hello, I'm Rain. I'm Rain.
Her poor soul to bear, tore her apart and
What is it, Ray?
I have a plan.
You do? Enlighten me.
Maybe Ellis should stay with us.
With our track record. If she gets killed anywhere near us, we'll be sent to jail, whether we did it or not.
That's cold.
I'm just being practical. Ellis's fate is in our hands. Ours isn't.
The audience fed the other demons. A louder voice and let them spread.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
The demon knew it, and he didn't. The demons are hard to make the boy listen after the first bell. Better off, so would your father and sister. Lying goes a long way after the virus starts to spread. Like needing to go home after a long day of the bed sheets at night. He was dead. The demon had outgrown to bear, tore him apart and drowned with him. Make it as easy with that boy. They listened to the psychologists, but it was...
Yeah, she asked for a sample reading to show what I could do. No, he didn't seem all that interested. It's a shame. He seems like a man with lots of interesting demons. In Birmingham, it was a man called Yuri Harris. He worked as a butcher. He beheaded all 3 girls within hours of each other. And we couldn't stop it. He pleaded not guilty for reason of temporary insanity. Because he said he'd see us again. In August. Before we even knew it was a month and a place. Yes, I met her at the radio station. I was offering my services. Earning a living's tricky when you travel around as much as we do. And last time I checked, Violet wasn't offering us room and board for free.
So, what do we have here?
Well, this...
It's 9 o'clock and you're listening to Radio August. Investigations into the murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw are continuing this evening. Miss Shaw was found dead in her home at approximately 10 p.m. last night in what police are describing as a puzzling case. Residents are urged to be cautious until the perpetrator is caught. I cannot stress this enough, August. Stay safe out there. You mean the world to me. In other news, Monroe has been detained on urgent business, so you're stuck with me until she returns. Never fear, Monroe fans. We still have lots of pre-recordings, so you can relax with her angelic tones. That's 9 o'clock with Poe and Monroe. Think it shows an erotic scene. You're the detective. Monroe just called. This is madness. Who would want to hurt her? We've worked together for years. She's the light to my shade, the angel to my demon, the diamond to my lump of coal. She told me to say all those things. Heavens no. I have a wife and 3 children, beloved spawn of my loins. Monroe and I are good friends, that's all. We interviewed her about her scholarship not too long ago. Do you think whoever killed Dorota plans to kill Monroe? What makes you think she's in danger? Tarot? Does this have anything to do with the gentleman who stopped by? On air, much of our broadcast is pre-recorded, but we always do the hourly news live. Only a madman, or woman. Monroe is August's sweetheart. Poe and Monroe, that was her idea. Our show? We were just another local radio station before that. It was Monroe who decided we should have a theme. Dark Nights with Poe and Monroe. Don't tell me you haven't heard it, detective. That's what the Free Radio Project is all about. Uniting August via the airwaves. Monroe's been delivering free radios anywhere people might want to listen. Doctor's surgeries, hairdressers, the guest house. I believe she charmed the local electrical store into donating them, in exchange for free advertising, of course. You know, this town is fascinating. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Have you ever read up on the real history of August? The official story is that Mary August retired from a life on the high seas, found a nice spot here, and used her ill-gotten gains to establish a town. But that's not what really happened. It's true that Mary August was a pirate, but she didn't retire. Her ship was sunk on the rocks just off the coast. Mary and all of her crew sought refuge in a small fishing town, this one. They slaughtered everyone, men, women, and children, all dead and dismembered in their own homes. The bodies were dumped in a mass grave. Well, the body parts. And the pirates moved in. Yes, August was built on the blood of innocents. Kind of puts Dorota's murder into perspective, doesn't it? On that note, I should probably get back to the booth. The show must go on. Death threats be damned. Look after Monroe, detective. She's the only Monroe I've got.
Open at Midnight by Martin Oten. Read.
I delivered radios all over town. I don't think I should have bothered with some of them, though. I don't think... Violet, is it? I don't think Violet liked me very much. Maybe. I don't know why anyone would be threatened by me, though. I'm not interested in stealing anyone's man.
The streets, and this old timer was out late.
Probably right here. Why? I didn't realize I was under house arrest. Thanks for the advice. I hope I'm not the only suspect.
Looked up and down the street.
Hey, I'm going. There's too many people asking questions, it's exhausting. I'm off to stay at my aunt's. I'll come back tomorrow, but I've said everything I can say.
Round me.
Sam, I've got some heavy rain news. Lawrence Petrovsky, that's his real name, and no, he's not a Russian spy. But he does have a criminal record. He was charged with the murder of a 21-year-old artist. Looks like he got off on a technicality by all accounts. About 3 months ago in Hong Kong. Be careful, Sam. If you're going to ask him about this, it could be a flight risk. And you know, there's a good chance he could be the killer. Door's behind you.
It's now 10 o'clock. Here's your August update. Investigations deepen into last night's murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw, a talented cellist who had recently been granted a place at Juilliard, was found strangled at her home last night. With the murderer still at large, Chief DuPont has urged residents to remain calm and stresses there is almost no chance of anyone else being harmed. Alice, if you're listening, let me know you're okay. In other news, a handful of August residents have reported seeing strange lights in the sky earlier this evening. The lights, which witnesses describe searingly over the east edge of town, past the fire station. Have you seen any strange lights? Or for that matter, little green men? Let me know. That's 10 o'clock with Poe.
The gates of madness open at midnight. There's no point in trying to fight it, so I have to try and keep as much control as I can.
Oh, it's you. I was hoping it might be Zach. No? Oh, Him, yes, I've heard him on the radio. Never met in real life, though. Are you mocking me, Sam? No, I have never met the man. No. And I've got some very important news for him if he ever shows up. Yes. If he ever shows up. Yes, now I remember. It's the one in the hall. Sometimes cuts through the unbearable silence in this place. Not really. I expected her to be blonde for some reason.
I sense he has slipped into the dark of a doorway.
He's off the radio. I don't really know him. Actually, I'm glad you're here. I really, really want to do a reading for you right now. You know, to help. Great. Let me just draw 3 cards for you. I shuffled before you got here. Okay. Oh, the 2 of Cups. That's mysterious. Is there anyone you feel a spark of attraction to? Maybe someone you've met recently? The Lovers. I did not expect that. It seems this attraction has the potential to be life-changing, if you want it to be. And finally, the Knight of Cups. This card is about pursuing your heart's desire. I think it's time to tell that someone special how you really feel. Wow, what an interesting reading. Does it mean anything to you? You catch on quickly, don't you, Sam? A who, what, betroths what? I don't think so. Quite a lot, but I'm not sure how much of it is useful. Apparently this town has a lot of spirits with a lot of unfinished business. One woman was looking for her daughter, and there was a girl looking for her mum. It was awful. They were both there, but they couldn't see each other. I couldn't help them. Yes, the general message is anyone that tries to stop Ellis dying will be punished. Sam, be careful, please.
Discriminating in my victims. No true innocents have been fed to the beast, though that first time was pretty close.
It's a lovely place. It has the 3rd most high-rise buildings of any city in the world. So that's what this is about. Chief Dupont has finally dug up my old record. I am Lawrence Petrovsky. Victoria Cheng, a very good painter. I didn't kill her, though. I was trying to save her. Hong Kong. It was our 3rd encounter with a traveller. We'd managed to trap her on the roof of an apartment complex. Roughly translated, the building was called Flight, which was ironic. When the traveller realised we had it cornered, it tried to jump off. I managed to grab Victoria's ankle, but I couldn't hold on. Hong Kong being Hong Kong, there's about 37 tourists that filmed the whole thing. So to some people, it looked like I was dangling her over the edge of a building to meet her doom. I wasn't. I was trying to save her. Honestly, you don't. Once they're caught, a few hours later, they've hopped timelines into someone else. We just keep chasing them, continuously trying to stop them ruining lives. Yes, but it kills the vessel too. So, you could have a traveler inside you right now, and if I killed you, you'd both be dead. I'm not sure.
With strength many times my own. Am I right?
Sorry, Sam, what can I do for you? Yeah, I always cry around this time of night. What's the point, Sam, huh? If we can't save them. Mercury is a curse. It's like some tourist guide for murders. I try for Lexi and Rain to make them think that we can make a difference, make a change, but we haven't so far. What if we can't make a change? Maybe if we could just save one person, Sam. Alice. We need to save her. We need to. Yes, she's definitely got a monkey on her back. I saw her get changed. She's got all these scars on her back in the shape of a monkey. Like they've been burned into her. What the hell happened to her, Sam? Yes, I managed to sneak a look at her laptop. She's been Googling Alice Munro. It rings a bell, but no. Sorry, Sam. Thanks for trying to cheer me up. We chased her up onto a rooftop, and she jumped. Rain almost saved her, but he couldn't hold on. Chief DuPont dragged that up, I suppose. Now what's that supposed to mean? Of course he was trying to save her.
Wonder whether they found the body yet. Feel the satiated slumber of the beast, and the memory of the assault grows hazy. I long.
I suppose it did look a bit like that on the video. He managed to grab her ankle as she went over, but he just didn't have the strength to hold her. Still, he kept pretty quiet about that, didn't he? How did they even get in that position, Sam? That's the question you should be asking. Sure, he tried to save her, but did he?
The Slayer's needs, and I have no idea how long it will continue, so I am left with the image of myself 60 years from now, battering a victim with my walking frame to...
Don't confirm the existence of travelers. They're not ready.
I'm Zach Weston, just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
While since the last. Maybe now he was so frail the beast would release him, and surely it owed him that. In his heart he doubted it was over. Been merciful. Back in the deep shadow, the bodies of two young men.
Zach, the game is up. I think you should leave town.
What?
I know where you were last night. I followed you to Dorota's house.
Well, I didn't know it was Dorota's house until we arrived. Call it women's intuition.
I was at the studio.
No, you weren't. That detective's not stupid. Dupont might be, but not Sam. They'll put 2 and 2 together.
And then...
And then they're going to arrest you. You weren't there long, I suppose, but then... It doesn't take you long, does it?
You're...
I followed you there, then back to the studio. You lied to the police. You lied to me. With you. We're finished. Don't come back here again.
Used correctly in a pair, its feng shui guards against evil.
Oh, wow.
When you sell,
I'd quite like to have a guard against...
just at the moment. Poe's curiosity shop is now closed. You're
I'm Poe, and this is August Update. August Update.
Dimitri stared out into the pitch-black dark.
I'm sorry, can I help you?
I...
It's not a very good time at the moment, I'm afraid.
Really? Anything?
No, not really.
First heard those words, undisclosed location. Instead, he now found himself on the far side of the moon. Dimitri Sheffield, an expert in the field of archaeology, had... This, combined with the moon's low gravity, a lack of sunlight, the station's depressing food pastes, and gone so far to affect started to avoid mirrors.
John, I'm gonna be fine.
Any living being. But the work kept him going. It had to. Dimitri kept reminding the others, and himself.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
Arrived here, their excitement had been almost unbearable. Their enthusiasm had faded like a falling star. On the morning of his 249th day on the moon, to tell up here, Dimitri boarded the elevator to the excavation site. 48 days. He was joined in the elevator by the other 3 members of Ian Remington.
Alice, do you have the amethyst? Poe's amethyst pendant? The one we have the buyer for?
Poe's pendant?
Okay, we're playing silly buggers now. Don't worry about it. My buyer would have found something by the time you pitch up with it anyway.
Waited for the elevator to reach the bottom.
Al, I'm so sorry. You mean everything to me. I won't let you die. Of course I'm okay. It's you who's shrouded in darkness, my love. Hell, we must finish what we started.
Nope. Let's finish it.
Hell, I fell in love with you the first day we met. You ripped out my heart, diced it into pieces, and reshaped it in your form. I will always be yours, forever. Al, will you marry me?
Yeah.
Elle, I love you. You don't know how happy you've made me. My angel. My absolute angel.
Are you really married?
Yes, you've met my wife and family. They're sadly not actors I've hired to make my life look richer than it is. Tomorrow, I will tell her about us. And I will leave her. Another heart broken, another family destroyed. Another villainous father.
Is your wife gonna kill me?
No. At least I don't think so. She doesn't know anything about us. Not anyhow.
The others eyed him with concern. His frustration with the project's slow progress and his eagerness for a breakthrough that prompted him to volunteer himself, much to the surprise of the others.
I'm Zach Weston, just sharpening my powers of persuasion.
About it, the others offered no protest. Alright, Dr. Sheffield, you're all hooked up and ready. Who had helped him pull on his rappelling harness, normally used for lowering the much lighter probes down the abyssal shaft. Dr. Remington had initially objected to using the feeble apparatus, but when no auto...
Hi, I'm Lexi. Oh, I'm Lexi.
into the depths. Dr. Sheffield, do you read me?
So, aliens. Violet. What are we thinking, Lex?
Violet and aliens?
Hasn't Bron told you? Violet said she was abducted by aliens. But not your usual stick me on a slab, call me grey type aliens. Aliens that decorate.
Decorating aliens?
Strange, isn't it? Why would an alien decorate? Perhaps an alien that's not an alien?
If it's a traveller, why is it strangling?
Well, it's a right, obviously. But the alien Violet's talking about probably isn't the same traveller. Perhaps this is something new we haven't discovered yet. Using humans as decor.
Ray, why do you pray?
Well, because right now, I can't think of anything else that would help.
Maybe try and get answers from the tarot?
The only tarot with real answers is Mercury. And Mercury asks the questions. So other than staring at it for the rest of the night, I'm out of ideas.
He himself that he was doing it for the recording device on his arm, or in the small...
It's going to be soon. Whatever happens to Alice, it will be soon.
How do you know it's gonna...
I can sense it. Are you not picking anything up, Lex? There's a traveller nearby.
No.
Mescaline mainly, but I don't recommend you try it. Do you really want to hear this? At uni, I read a book by Aldous Huxley called The Doors of Perception. He takes mescaline and basically trips his balls off. And the party girl I used to be thought, yay. My experience wasn't anything like his, though. People looked like tiny rainbow outlines. And I would notice that some of them would just appear from nowhere. Those ones, the ones from nowhere, I think they're the travelers. They kind of merge into one person and suddenly there's only one outline. That's... But you, no drugs for you, young lady. Tea and nothing else, alright?
yet the soft scratching on the pencil had a soothing quality to it.
Do you think you're a suspect?
Not that I know of. Chief Dupont asks me for favours, so I think I'd know.
Did Sam?
I don't know. But something about him has certainly changed.
And it wasn't scratching. There were whispers. Overcome by a sudden and severe dread. No response. Louder, or perhaps they were getting closer. Pull me up! Give me... Or he heard laughter coming from down below. As Dimitri's heart was beating in his chest and his stomach started to turn inside out, he tried climbing up the rope in a panic. Finally, he felt the sweet release of slowly being lifted up towards the surface.
Hello, I'm Rain.
He hadn't told anyone about the whispers in the dark for fear of being mocked.
Why do you think...
I have absolutely no idea. I'm a redhead. I suppose I should feel left out.
Whispers were on a wavelength that couldn't be picked up by a microphone.
It's getting closer, isn't it?
What's getting closer? Do you think this...
I doubt it. As far as I know, they're live on air a lot of the time, and not sure he could have nipped out, murdered Dorota, and made it back for the news at 10.
So it could be him?
It could be anyone. It could be you, Ray.
What's going?
The event. Whatever's going to happen to Ellis. I can feel it.
It was that, to the civilization that came up with this word, curiosity was a
Hey.
How's the weed?
Sam's asked if I can get anything else out of this. It's full of wit and repartee as per usual. Dead people have a lot of time on their hands.
Startled by the sounds of loud whispering and switched on the light next to his bed. It wasn't working. So he instead listened intently. All he heard now was the soft, familiar... Dimitri wondered how the light could be...
Rain, what an unexpected pleasure. Maybe you could help me with something.
No.
When you were here yesterday, you don't recall seeing a small green velvet pouch anywhere, do you?
No.
Well, keep your eyes peeled. The pouch contains Augustan gold coins, believed to have been part of Mary August's original hoard. Oh, sorry, you don't know the town's origin story, do you? Suffice to say, if you see them, please return them to me. They're in the pouch for a reason. If anyone comes into contact with them, bad things happen. I have to be on air in a minute. Another time, maybe?
Getting closer, he noticed another presence in the room. He could hear them breathing. Hello? Can you hear me? He tried again. I can't see. I think I'm blind. The breathing became heavier, but there was no reply.
Hi, I'm Bronwyn.
The guttural noise faded into what sounded like a dying breath. But compelled by curiosity, he approached the source of the sound. He reached...
What can we do to help Ellis?
Haven't we done enough? Not many people get to know when they're going to die, let alone get the chance to avoid it. We've given Ellis a huge advantage.
So what should we do?
Maybe Sam's her lucky charm. Anything short of an apocalypse would be considered a victory at this point.
Its harsh consonants and unearthly vowels chilled him to the bone. Dimitri covered his ears to make it stop, but the nameless voices only grew more.
What are you doing now?
I don't know. I don't want to lie about my alibi again, though. What should I do?
Log into Tarotasm.
Good idea. I'll stay in my room, log in, and wait for you to give me the all clear. Then they'll know I'm not a suspect. You're the best.
It had been a dream and what had been reality. It all felt the same to him. Made everything some kind of hallucination, or an unfamiliar type of radiation. All looked at him eagerly as he climbed out of the hole. Well, did you find anything down there? Dr. Whitfield asked. All we heard was static.
Hello, I'm Violet. I'm Violet.
Carefully accepting notes. Writing from the strangers? It's just one word repeated over and over. At first glance, it seems to be about abuse or torture. Or...
I'm still not talking to you. You haven't even said sorry. It's okay. I forgive you.
The wicked or curious, Dimitri said, his eyes wide with fear. Dr. Remington looked at the others in confusion. Dimitri snapped back.
Are you insane? Why did you follow me, you stupid bitch?
You killed Dorota.
Oh dear. You shouldn't have said that. That could make me very angry. Unlike you, the guest house isn't impenetrable.
There was a long silence, and he didn't dare guess what the others thought.
Violet, I'm actually a bit tied up at the moment. Well, in danger, actually.
Why don't you like me?
What? I like everyone. What makes you say that?
You're trying to take Zach from me.
No, I don't think so. I don't like Zach in that way. Maybe in any way, even. So we can be friends now?
Yes.
Amazing. I've got a lot going on at the moment, which hopefully I'll get through. And if I do, I'll come and see you at the guest house sometime. Okay?
Anything out of the ordinary. Perhaps the others were wrong. Yet he couldn't shake the feeling that he had seen his imminent and unavoidable future. The slow and terrifying death, surrounded by darkness, trapped in an alien place.
Hi, I'm Chief DuPont.
Right this time.
Dreams?
Did you get a call from my doctor?
Your doctor?
Did you tell her I was being compliant?
I said you were taking the pills.
No. Not anymore.
I think you're supposed...
Well, you're normally more forceful about it, Claude. You said my UFO was real. So why am I taking pills?
I didn't.
Are you trying to make me go mad? Just an hour ago, you said there was a UFO sighting. Now it's take the pills, Violet.
You said you saw other heads when you were taken.
Yes. Other girls, younger than me. Nobody I recognised. They all had red hair.
Do you think this place is nearby?
Maybe. If there's some kind of film studio or something. The place didn't look like this place. My memories are vivid and clouded at the same time.
Then please just embrace them. Embrace them and keep moving forward and keep striving.
Welcome to Poe's Curiosity Shop.
Tell me about Hong Kong. What?
Well done, Chief. You've discovered Rain is my stage name. Please try and save Ellis. She's the one in danger, and we've already had one dead body on your watch.
Tell me.
If you know about Hong Kong, then I don't have to tell you anything. It's all in that report that you've clearly read.
Alien look, but it's quite an ancient object, isn't it? It's not modern. That was found along with several in a tunnel of caves in Mexico.
Chief DuPont. Grave news indeed.
Will Ellis?
No. She wants me to keep broadcasting, which means I'll be booth-bound for most of the night. She'd be safer at home, with someone protecting her.
Can't I get someone else to have?
And murder Poe and Monroe? No, Chief DuPont. Ellis couldn't take that. Not tonight. We did think of asking you to do a guest evening at some point, though, if you're interested. Then I will pencil you in, Chief. It would be an honor and a privilege. Sorry, I must go back to the broadcast. The radio, she calls me like a siren, and she must be obeyed.
Breathing seems so loud when you want to stay hidden. Time oozed like molasses, cowering in the closet, peering through the crack.
Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
Hallucinatory quality. Dimly lit in blue. Through the tall glass windows that span the wall were many distant pinpricks of white, the lights of the city. It was cold. With twilight blue through long windows and the bag lady floating, as if suspended. The bag lady changed form. Not just undelusions of hair or clothes, but a subtle morphing. Seaweed, then tentacles, each topped with a
Yes. Should I be surprised you've seen it? Years ago, tattoos and piercings were frowned upon, but they're all in vogue now. Maybe branding scars will be in fashion too. He didn't. He was the one in her bedroom last night. I never made it that far. I just followed him to her house. I wrongly assumed we were in a relationship. I thought that he was cheating on me. Which he was. I saw him leave Dorota's and I followed him straight after. I don't know if anyone else was there. Because I was protecting Zach. This looks bad, doesn't it?
sockets, led straight into its mind. Those teeth, that carnivorous circular maw,
Oh my god, who told you about Victoria? She died. Jumped off a building. We tried to save her. Well, Rain tried to save her. Sam, we need to save Ellis. Victoria's already gone.
Like a shell for a hermit crab. I agreed to help. I thought to the bag lady that it will do no good for its disguise to float.
Yeah, Dr. Tanner. She's checking up on Violet. Why are you still giving her a hard time about this? She's had it tough enough already. She's had a shopping list of medical issues. This is just the latest thing. She might seem tough on the outside, but she's frightened, Sam. About a lot of things. The doctor said the aliens are delusions, a side effect of her previous alcoholism. She's been sober 6 months, and I don't want to change that, Sam. The neuropathy she suffered due to alcohol is causing her problems. The pills are to try to help with that, but guess they have side effects too. Memory loss. She's not a monster. Just a little girl lost. She was drinking to forget. She ran with a bad crowd a few years ago. They branded their backs with symbols, basically a cult. The leaders were imprisoned, but they left a lot of baggage behind. You won't get any mileage talking to her about it, I assure you.
Capacity to understand human perception.
Well, if Violet said it, it must be true. I was here last night, as I said.
Along the sides of my face and into my mouth.
It's not what it sounds like. Dorota lost her scholarship. She said it was an administrative error. She showed me the letter and everything. No, I didn't. I told you he'd asked to take pictures of me. You never asked if we were selling a pendant together. Money was for her, Sam, so she could have her dream of a cellist. I wanted her to have her dream. It doesn't matter now. No, not exactly. I told him I was in trouble with credit cards, and he offered to bail me out. I asked if I could have one of his artifacts, and of course he gave it to me. I just want to make people happy. To put out into the world what I want back. Is that too much to ask? It hasn't made me happy yet, but maybe one day someone will. I couldn't do this without him. He looks out for me. He's my best friend. What do you know, Sam? It's true. A girl likes to keep her options open. What if someone new were to turn up in town and I realized that I like them more? Then save me, Sam. You'll be richly rewarded.
What's special about this one? The answer was nothing. How about something to eat?
I didn't expect news to travel this fast. You can't tell anyone else. I've not told my wife yet. I think she should at least hear it from me. I will leave my wife either way. I do hate people that jump ship only when another ship pulls up alongside them. If I drown, it's only right and fair. You can't condone my actions, I understand. Divorce is strangely delicious. A great polarizing topic for society. So many people think it's clearly wrong. So many people think it's clearly acceptable. As the tide turns, the stigma fades. Enjoy your life, detective. I hope you pick once and pick right. Yes, I'm surprised she told you about that. How did that come up? I see. There's a plethora of ways you could have protected your source, but instead you pretend you've been having breakfast with Alice. Maybe you should see a psychiatrist, Sam. I can recommend a good one.
Mares.
With Poe and Monroe. So, Helen's written in with her dream, and she said that I was a caterpillar, slowly nibbling on a pair of purple curtains in my bedroom. The sun goes down, and I feel my skin shedding in the darkness. Hi, I'm Ellis. I'm Ellis.
So she is a kid. I would think she wants to change into something else. But because she basically can't really change. So perhaps she's someone who wants to change, but somehow goes back to her old.
So close, Poe. So, Helen, firstly, thank you very much for writing in and speaking to us. That when you do, you will still be as ordinary as you were before.
How do you do it, Sam? It's been just a few hours since you've arrived, and yet you've got my life story already. Show me where they branded you. You can't, can you? There are only 7 of us. And those faces still haunt my dreams. Thanks for bringing it up again, though. Such a joy to be around, Sam.
Every time I find a new room, there's another room leading off it. But then I start noticing all these holes until the whole room is covered in bugs. I don't know about you, Poe, but I don't really like the sound of that very much.
Well, it's very... Sorry, it's very poetic. Different rooms. It's now 10 o'clock. Here's your August update. Investigations deepen into last night's murder of 21-year-old Dorota Shaw. Miss Shaw, a talented cellist who had recently been granted a place at Juilliard, was found strangled at her home last night. With the murderer still at large, Chief DuPont has urged residents to remain calm and stresses there is almost no chance of anyone else being harmed. Alice, if you're listening, let me know you're okay. In other news, a handful of August residents have reported seeing strange lights in the sky earlier this evening. The lights, which witnesses describe as searingly bright, were spotted over the east edge of town, past the fire station. Have you seen any strange lights? Or for that matter, little green men? Let me know. That's 10 o'clock with Poe.
August's gone crazy tonight. I've just got off the phone with someone who thinks they saw a UFO on one of the nights that Violet went missing. Aliens would be normal right now. Anyway, now you're here, it's time. What do you suggest we do with Ellis Monroe? I'll send Danny over. And that means there'll be nobody at the guest house. So be extra vigilant.
What do you mean you're sticking me with Danny? basically doing a scream. I'm a sitting duck. Isn't there anyone else? Chief DuPont? The only thing I've ever seen him run after is an ice cream truck. Fine. Danny it is. I just hope you know what you're doing.
Where the hell are you? On the road? Get back to the guest house. Ellis is fine, but Violet's not fine, Sam. She's been strangled. Bronwyn found the body. Same gold coin in the mouth. Coroner's on the way. I'll see you there.
It's 11 o'clock, and this is Poe with the latest August update. Police are now investigating the suspicious death of a woman at the Grange guest house. The body of the woman, believed to be 30-year-old guest house owner Violet Gallagher, is rumored to have been discovered in the last hour by one of her guests. So far, police refuse to say whether there is any connection to last night's murder, but they are asking August residents to report any suspicious activity. These are dark times, August. Dark times. Now, Monroe has some personal business to attend to, but she sends you all her love and hopes to be back on the air tomorrow. That's 11 o'clock with Poe.
Sam, I have some bad news. We've done a group reading, and it's you. I don't know, Sam, I don't know what to say. It's normally a death sentence, but with you, it might be different. I think you've interfered too much. That's why you're the next target. I've called Chief DuPont already. He's asked that you meet with him. You should go, Sam. Be careful.
Sam, it's almost midnight. You're still alive. This is a good thing, but no one's even attempted to kill you yet. You've given me a lot of evidence, enough to arrest someone. But who? Make the right decision, and you should be safe. If we don't, well, we've all got to sleep at some point. I can get someone to guard your room at the guest house, but it might not be enough. So, Sam, who should I arrest? During that whole thing with Alice, the only people I couldn't keep track of were Rain, Zach, and Violet. Who was with Dorota at the time of her murder, or who has an alibi that doesn't check out? This is on you, Sam. Just give me a name. Zach, I don't trust him either. He's definitely creepy. I'll go and pick him up myself. With all the information you've given me, I think it'll be enough. That's two. That would help. Good luck, Sam. If you've picked the wrong person, you're still in danger.
I'm sorry, that was in bad taste. Bronwyn asked me to check that you're okay, and you seem to be. Well done catching a killer, by the way. Well, hopefully you did. Scream if you need me.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and this is Poe with your August update. We don't normally have them at this time, but since there's a killer on the loose, I feel it's my duty to keep the radio station manned. I personally spoke with Chief DuPont earlier, and he thinks they're close to catching the killer. Until that happens, though, please lock your doors and stay inside. Remain vigilant. The light has faded, and so has my fortitude. I see things in shadows, behind doors and under desks. I hear the chattering of teeth and the glee of insects waiting to feed on me. The studio undulates like a heart that beats its last beats. I can't go on. I must to bed. Forgive me, Lady August. Forgive me.
Hello, sleepyhead. I'm so glad to see you alive. Enjoy the journey, Sam. Don't think of things as ending. Something new is beginning. Zach is still locked up. He's being charged for murder. Travelers don't like being incarcerated, so they'll have jumped realities already. It's not something that a jury will believe. The shell they've left behind won't remember what they've done. And spend a life in prison. All we can do is try and stop the next one. Sam, come with us, please. We could really use someone like you and, well, just... will you? Really? Oh, Sam, that's wonderful. Let's finish packing and we can leave this afternoon. Sam, thank you. We're going to change lives, believe me.
Hey, sweet cheeks. You did good. Real good. You win. Alexi hug. Sam, I'm just going to say it because you only live once and all that. Sam, I think I've fallen for you. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. It's out there now. We can get on with our lives. I see. Nice thing. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Heart wants what it wants. Perhaps you should go for a while so I can have a little cry. I'll be okay though.
Sam, you're safe. Thank Christ. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from. Whoa. Sam, I didn't think... Well, this changes things.
I didn't think you'd leave without saying goodbye. People do horrible things to people every day. I'm just glad that someone like you are around to save us. I mean, everyone needs a little saving from time to time. Even me. Sam, you already did. That's why I'm here talking to you. And I won't forget it. Heroes don't always get on the news, but they always burn bright in the hearts of the people they save. You have an impact, Sam. Everyone does. They just forget. Keep saving people for me, you hear? Bye, Sam. Then you should come up and see me sometime.
Sam, you did good. I thought you would. I mean, not that I've got a signed confession or anything. Yet. Apparently, they don't remember anything about the murders, but Bronwyn seems pretty convinced it's over. Well done. I hear you're leaving town with the tarot readers. That's a real big shame you're starting to fit in here. But good luck to you. You're doing what many of us have died trying. Leaving August. And I've stuck to my word. That problem you had, I buried it. The coroner's report is going to say the woman was dead when you arrived, not after. I don't personally believe in exorcism or anything like that. 24 hours. I'm starting to think things aren't as cut and dried as I'd like them to be. You're a good person, Sam. At least that's definitely how it looks from the outside.
I am Dorota. I am 21 years old. I love playing cello, and I just been awarded a scholarship to Juilliard. I just love cello. I love all string instruments, but cello is rich and deep and soothing, at least to me. No, cello is my hobby, but my real passion is... It's silly, it sounds silly. Well, I would like to build a time machine. I know. But it is possible. I think people make mistakes. They do things they regret and they say things they don't mean. I want to go back in time. I want to make better choices.
You know why you're here, don't you? Because you did well. And you know what happens when you do well? Augmentation. Congratulations, Agent 3.13. Welcome to 3.14. Debriefing 3204, Birmingham. Transmit. And we're ready. Are you human? Do you have feelings? Then we'll need to work on that. Do plants have feelings? It hasn't worked. It's stuck in compliance mode. Can we get someone in here, please?